We are Life Academy. Since 1995, we've been training people in sustainable development. Watch this. We invest resources to train people to save the planet. We organise training programmes globally in various subject areas, all related to sustainable development. The training programmes are conducted face-to-face and virtually. By giving people tools of their own, they can spread the knowledge, and together, we're able to make a change. Life Academy was commissioned by SEDA to carry out an advanced international training programme on wind power development and use, in cooperation with the Royal Institute of Technology and a number of wind power experts from the business side. The goal was, and still is, to reduce poverty through increased availability of electricity from renewable sources, at the same time as it will mitigate climate change. The programme ran for 5 years, between the years 2008 to 2013. 2 groups of participants were trained each year, leading to a total of 192 participants from 24 different countries being trained. Participants were selected from a number of prioritised organisations in countries selected by SEDA. They defined and developed their own change projects with support from their coaches at Life Academy through workshops and virtual learning. They exchanged feedback and identified their existing knowledge of the subject matter as well as the policies, conditions and gender issues in their respective countries. 3.5 weeks in Sweden followed, with lectures, study visits and professional exchange dialogues. The participants were provided with knowledge and learned from Swedish experience in renewable energy, wind power in particular, and other subjects such as gender equality and anti-corruption.
I think when I went to Sweden and attending it, it was to me very interesting. I saw a lot of things I haven't seen in my life.
We had opportunity in visiting various places like wind farms, manufacturing plant, and the offshore wind farm close to in Denmark.
From the training course, I learned a lot of knowledge and technology solutions and modeling simulation.
And when I reached Life, all this information was coming in and there was this light bulb.
Back home, the participants continued to develop and began the implementation of their projects, again with the support of their coaches. They were encouraged to further establish and anchor their projects locally and in their organisations for a sustainable result.
We are now, through the Department of Energy, working on resource mapping for wind and solar. Hopefully that those projects could be completed early enough and start attracting investment into the sector.
My change project is to build a setup, a demonstration setup for students who are learning this renewable energy technology.
After I came to the class and we hear many stories, then I think, why we not do something a little bit bigger and it can distribute to other people, not only for myself or for our projects only.
Almost 30% of this rural population had no electricity access. So I thought wind and solar hybrid system could be a good solution for those unserved population in rural area. That's why my change project I choose was wind and solar hybrid project for a lighting solution in a remote and a rural village of Nepal, central Nepal.
The fourth and regional phase of the programme included 1.5 weeks spent in India. With lectures and study visits, the participants got a chance to learn from local and regional experiences. They also presented the progress reports of their change projects to each other and their coaches, and discussed what problems and challenges they have faced and how to overcome them. Finally, the change projects were finalised, evaluated and reported upon. The coaches at Life Academy continued the interaction with the participants and their institutions and encouraged continuous networking. Many of the participants in the advanced training programme on wind power development and use have come a long way and achieved great results. And even more significant are the results the national teams of participants have achieved together.
We are gaining a lot of experience from each countries. During the development phase, what are the issues, the problem which they have encountered. So by which if any new countries is going for wind farm deployment, they need not to do the same mistake. They can easily avoid by gaining experience from these kind of people.
The real life exposure that I got is invaluable.
We do still keep in contact, mainly on the social side, but we have learned from one another, and I think especially on the grid side, people like Rion and Mobilogy, was of course, it's always nice to know you can just contact someone that can provide you with information.
Tomajal from Mongolia, also they helped me in reviewing my change project. So we are doing a lot of collaboration.
The program is now finished, and the participants now act as change agents for sustainable development in their home organizations and countries. Mongolia has great wind power potential, but the sector is faced with challenges such as difficulty to obtain licenses and permissions. Regulatory difficulties are often based on lack of experience in public-private partnerships, which is needed for large wind power projects. By creating a National Wind Energy Association, MWEA, the change agents of Mongolia managed to get all stakeholders in the wind sector to work together for common goals. They also contributed to the preparation of the state energy policy and the draft of energy efficiency law. With that in place, and after carrying out bankable feasibility studies for large-scale wind farms, they have now built the first grid-connected wind farm in Mongolia, which has broken up the national monopoly. Health centres in rural Tanzania are facing serious challenges. Besides lack of qualified staff, equipment and medicine, inappropriate energy supply becomes a major obstacle in providing basic health services, which is crucial for the rural population. Mr. Samuel Kessie aimed to solve this by finding a cheap and reliable model for supplying energy, which could be replicated by others as well. A hybrid system combining wind and solar energy into an integrated off-grid system was the solution. After lots of preparation, he eventually started his own company and was able to fund his project through RIA. Later, he faced the challenge of not finding any domestic provider of the specific technology needed. Luckily, he got to know a fellow wind expert in China during his training at Life Academy. Through this contact, he got in touch with a Chinese company who could provide the right equipment. Today, the project has been implemented in 6 health centres in rural Tanzania, and through training of local staff, all systems have been working properly since 2014. A common problem reported by Life Academy change agents is the lack of knowledge about renewable energy, wind power in particular, in the banking sector. Their difficulty in evaluating risks of renewable energy projects are often used as reasons not to give out loans. In Sri Lanka, NDB, National Development Bank, is an outstanding example of how by training a number of key staff as change agents, the bank now takes an active role in financing the rapid wind-powered development in the country. In addition to the results of individual projects, we've measured these indicators of change on a national level in 10 priority countries between the years of 2009 and 2014. A lot has been done, but there's still much left to do. We look forward to a sustainable future.